What was the Steve Bartman incident? If you're a baseball fan, you might have heard the name Steve Bartman, but do you know what really happened during that infamous game? Let's take a closer look at one of the most talked about moments in baseball history. On October 14, 2003, the Chicago Cubs were playing the Florida Marlins in Game 6 of the National League Championship Series at Wrigley Field. The Cubs were leading 3-0 in the eighth inning and were just 5 outs away from reaching the World Series for the first time since 1945. Here's what went down. Marlins batter Luis Castillo hit a fly ball into foul territory in left field. Cubs outfielder Moises Alou ran towards the wall to catch it, but Steve Bartman, a Cubs fan sitting in the front row, also reached for the ball. Bartman's hand got in the way, deflecting the ball away from Alou's glove. The umpire, Mike Everett, ruled that there was no fan interference because the ball had entered the stands. However, this ruling has been debated over the years, with some arguing that photos show Bartman's arm extending into the playing field and that interference should have been called. After the deflection, things quickly fell apart for the Cubs. Mark Pryor threw a wild pitch, allowing Juan Pierre to reach third base. Then, Alex Gonzalez mishandled a ground ball that could have resulted in an inning-ending double play. The Marlins scored 8 runs in that inning, turning the game around and winning 8-3. The next day, the Marlins won Game 7, eliminating the Cubs from the series. The aftermath was tough for Bartman. He faced intense harassment from fans and the media. His name and personal information were published online, leading to police protection at his home. Despite the backlash, many Cubs players and officials defended Bartman, saying that the game's outcome was not his fault. The Cubs themselves issued a statement reminding everyone that games are decided by what happens on the field, not in the stands. In 2016, when the Cubs finally won the World Series, they sent Bartman a championship ring as a gesture of goodwill. Bartman remained humble and did not seek to be in the spotlight, congratulating the team on their victory and choosing not to be a part of the celebrations. So the Steve Bartman incident was a moment where a fan's natural reaction to catch a ball inadvertently changed the course of a game, leading to a series of unfortunate events for the Cubs and a lot of unfair blame for Bartman. It's a reminder that in sports, many factors contribute to the outcome, and blaming one person or one play is often unfair.